my theory is the greatest minds in this country are the business minds, and a businessman is trained to cut through, solve problems, lead. Would you have been a more effective politician had you started out as a businessman? Because I believe going forward you would have been.
Maybe. I grew up in a political family. My father was in Congress for 10 years before I was born, and 32 years overall. I think you do learn a lot of skills in the business world that are very useful for the kind of problem-solving efforts that government demands today.
Specific policy question. You've talked about, if you had your wish list as this, there would be the CO2 tax, which basically let's replace the, and I know everybody said can't do, let's replace payroll tax with a gas tax.
Not an increase, a shift.
Is the irony of that, coming from a democratic world, that in a strange way, forget whether that's feasible or not, that's actually punishing the everyman consumer in a certain way, rewarding business?
I don't think so. I don't buy that. First of all, you'd have to have transition measures to deal with the particular professions where there would be an uneven impact. But look, the working person, the biggest tax that person pays is not income tax, it's the payroll tax. You get rid of the payroll tax, that encourages more jobs and better jobs. And then people make the rational adjustments that the CO2 tax would lead them to make. Sitting in these traffic jams for 2 hours a day is no fun either. So, I really think, here's another point. In a globalized economy with IT-empowered outsourcing, our biggest disadvantage is our competition with low wage rates overseas. Now they have the technology and information to marry to it. Well, we don't want to lower the wages and salaries here, but why do we worsen that disadvantage by stacking on top of the wages all of the costs of the social welfare programs and health programs and retirement programs? It's really kind of odd to try to put that on the backs of salaries and wages in the first place. We should be encouraging work, encouraging jobs, and discouraging pollution and the destruction of the planet instead of the other way around. But in the economy, if you don't send an accurate signal to the market, if you don't price it in, if you take a huge big factor and take it completely out of the market and say this doesn't exist, then no wonder it's going to get out of control. So if we replace dollar for dollar the money that we're now putting on the backs of salaries and wages with the CO2 and other pollution taxes, I think it would clarify things and help us unleash the power of the market to solve this.